Dolphins took an L to the Bills, and the Eagles took an L to the Cardinals, forcing them both to have to play for their division titles this weekend. Nestor, because you're already a Dolphins fan, we'll start with you on this one. Which team's loss will haunt them the most?
Um, well, for one, I think what's happening to the Eagles is just lingering pains that they're just taking throughout the season, and at least in a nutshell, at least they went to the Super Bowl last season. It's gonna haunt Miami more because of the fact that the way we lost, and then the incompetence of Mike McDaniel's um, leaving um, Bradley Chubb in there when he shouldn't have. We lost him, and he's very crucial. So now it's just Waddle's injured. I'm not sure if he's gonna be back next game or what's up with him. Tyreek Hill's house is burning down, and he had a whole
Sure.
thing on his foot. Um, I don't know how our running backs are. Devon Achane is not who he was in the beginning of the season. Um,
He
big
wasn't
question
bad.
marks. Big question marks there. So I don't know. We have a quarterback that I've been seeing this for the longest time now. When we face a really good team, he's really prone to throwing interceptions, throwing picks. He's a lot like Dak. He's a lot like Allen. Um, he just fumbles in important games, or he's literally fallen on a drive that could be game winning. He falls on the ground, like he slips and he falls, game over. So yeah, he's a lot like Josh Allen, except he can't rush like Josh Allen because if he gets hit, concussion, season might be over. So um, this loss just I got onto a forum of like Dolphins fans
Oh
because I like
boy.
to just read and share in that pain, and it's just it's so difficult to have any type of optimism going into the playoffs. And a lot of us right now we're thinking the season's over. A lot of us, from what I read, would have liked to just have a regular mediocre ass season and not go into the playoffs knowing that we have not much to really do there.
Pants.
So I think this loss is gonna haunt them, and they need to start booking their vacations on kayak, looking for those all inclusives.
Oh,
And we need to think about staying healthy, and maybe we need to take a look at the coaching a little bit because if he's good, I think he's done a good job. But I need more than just a quirky coach that's gonna be kind of funny when the press conference comes around. I need him to be to be good when we face like really good teams. And when we beat Dallas, it wasn't really impressive in my opinion. It was just more of Dallas being selling the bag like they always do. So yeah, this is gonna haunt Miami a lot, and we're gonna see it in the playoffs.
Well, I feel like there's a bit of emotion here. So, Malin, can you talk our compadre down here?
I mean, first of all, I understand why he's doing the show in the bathroom. Can you close the shower curtain and just pull the tampon out for God's sakes? Like, what are we talking about?
And Big Fangio's trash, by the way.
You're still going. You don't get the call, Big
Defensive
Fangio.
coordinator is not good.
You don't.
No.
Big Fangio. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame someday. Like, let take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, Nestor. Okay, I need you to understand something. There's a difference between Philadelphia and Miami. Okay, difference between Philadelphia and Miami is that this has been Philly all year long. Yet they've been barely skirting by. They're not dealing a bunch of injuries right now. Now, would it have been beneficial for both teams to win on Sunday? Absolutely. Would it have been beneficial for both teams to try to lock up the division and have a chance at the number one seed? Absolutely, because we all know that Miami's going to play better down in South Florida. We know that Philly's going to need all the help they can get, right? What you're dealing with in Miami is injuries right now. It's not play, and it's not coaching. Okay? It's not scheming. It's not people just not playing hard. I mean, you don't have your quarterback out there just calling out the heart and the will of the players. And then AJ Brown coming out and saying that it's not the coach's fault, it's the players, right? Like there's internal turmoil right now in the locker room in Philly. You don't have that in Miami. You have injuries. Okay. So even if you don't win, you're going to the playoffs.
Right.
All you need is just to get as healthy as you can get. And to get Mostert ready. And to get Waddle ready. And to get Tyreek ready. If you can get those three ready, you're one of the best three teams in the AFC. And you can go into anywhere and win. McDaniels is that guy. I don't know why you're trying to shit on him right now. I mean, probably because you're sitting on a toilet. But you're just trying to shit all over your whole goddamn team. And that's not necessary. It's a cute, window you have behind your toilet. That's amazing. But no, the most worrisome is Philly because this has been them this whole year. We've been talking about it this whole year, right? That they've barely been skirting by, and then they kind of got shown who they really were for like 4 to 5 weeks, and they got a random win, and then they got another bad loss. But when you start hearing the quarterback come out and start talking about people and their will to win, and you got the wide receiver coming out there and saying it's not the coaching, it's the players, there's something going on in that locker room that's beyond the coaching and the organization. And to me, I would much rather be an unhealthy team in Miami going into the playoffs than a healthy team in Philly going to the playoffs, because I still think that Miami team believes in themselves, and I do think you're going to get some of those pieces back. So have some faith, for God fucking sakes. Nestor, I can't believe I'm having to prop him up right now. This is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm going to agree that the Eagles have more to be worried about here. The Dolphins, there's really no shame in that. Well, there's a little bit of shame because they got just annihilated, but it was by the best team in NFL. Like, come on. And your defense is banged up. I thought it was really funny how Nestor was calling out their defense and coaching when just last week we were praising their defense and coaching for being the Cowboys on Christmas Eve.
No, it's not good enough.
Right.
It's the Cowboys.
It's not, yeah. Just the team that's ahead of the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, it just really comes down to their health. That's it. As long as they can hopefully get healthy by the start of the playoffs or around that, whatever, they should be all right. I'm not thinking that they're going to be some first round out. I mean, it just depend on who they play, who they match up against, but I'm not panicking there. Eagles, though, that's some legit concern because, like you said, Malin, if you've got some kind of dissension going on in the locker room, that's way worse than just some injuries. Injuries, you'll just, you'll get healthy eventually. But that is like, you don't know how that's going to end. That's just a complete mess. And what an awful time for that to rear its ugly head. When you've got AJ Brown, who's like not wanting to talk after the game and just kind of get into that weird diva thing, it kind of makes you think why the Titans got rid of him so quickly in the first place. Like, maybe there's something going on there that we just never knew about, and they just moved off of him without saying much. That's starting to be a little apparent now, but yeah, I think the Eagles for sure.
I'm still saying Jalen Hurts is not him.